I used to honestly think I was just broken, that some essential gear was missing from my mental machinery. Every single Sunday night, without fail, the dread would begin to creep in. I would map out my week, full of conviction, and swear I'd finally start that big, important project on Monday morning. But by Wednesday, I was inevitably neck deep in a YouTube rabbit hole, watching videos about ancient civilizations or deep-sea creatures, hating myself and feeling like an utter, irredeemable failure. It wasn't just a bad habit. It felt like a fundamental flaw in my character, a confirmation of my own laziness. It turns out I wasn't lazy at all. My brain was just running a highly effective 5-second protection racket that was expertly designed to keep me completely and utterly stuck. Once I learned how to interrupt that sneaky little internal process, everything, and I mean everything, changed. Here's the weird, almost absurdly simple part. The moment I told myself, I only have to work for 2 minutes, the overwhelming, crushing dread just vanished. Poof, gone. This tiny, almost laughable micro-contract with yourself doesn't just trick your brain, it actually hijacks that primal, limbic panic response, the one screaming, "Danger, this task is too big, you'll fail," and lets your logical, rational prefrontal cortex take the wheel again. The rule is simple: commit to just 2 minutes. Then, and this is the most crucial part, I am absolutely allowed to quit after those 120 seconds are up. No guilt, no strings attached. And do you know what happens? 90% of the time, I keep going, often for hours, because the hardest part was just getting started. But the pure, unadulterated option to stop is what magically melts away that initial mental block. It is like a secret back door into a fortress of productivity you thought you were locked out of forever. Procrastination isn't a character flaw, despite how deeply personal it feels in moments of failure. It's actually a sophisticated emotional regulation glitch. Think about it from your brain's perspective. When it anticipates a difficult task, it doesn't just register work, it anticipates the potential for boredom, the deep-seated fear of failure, or the immense pressure of perfectionism. It treats that task like a genuine existential threat. In response, your cortisol levels spike and your ancient, hypervigilant amygdala screams, "Run!" treating that spreadsheet or blank canvas like a saber-toothed tiger. And what do? We sprint towards something safer, something that offers an immediate, guaranteed hit of gratification, be it the endless scroll of TikTok, a trip to the fridge, or, if you're really desperate, alphabetizing your spice racks. Each one of these small escapes reinforces that insidious neural loop, thickening the myelin on those avoidance pathways until the habit feels completely automatic, almost like a reflex. We have literally brilliantly trained our brains to run from discomfort, and our brains have become masters at it. So how do we outsmart this incredibly efficient, self-sabotaging system that our own brain has perfected? We don't fight it head-on, we use its own rules against it. We shrink the gateway to the task so incredibly small that the amygdala literally cannot be bothered to tag it as a danger. 2 minutes, that's the magic number. It's so insignificant that it flies completely under your brain's conserve energy radar, so it just green lights entry without a second thought. A 2-minute task is too trivial to be a threat, too small to be a waste of resources. But here's the genius part. Once you cross that tiny, insignificant threshold, the laws of psychological physics kick in. Momentum begins to build. And then the powerful Zeigarnik effect takes over. Our minds absolutely hate open loops and unfinished business. Leaving a task incomplete after you've started it is like a tiny mental itch your brain just has to scratch. It nudges you, it compels you, it whispers, "Just one more little thing." You've basically sneaked past your own internal security system with a 2-minute Trojan horse, And now your brain is doing the heavy lifting for you, pulling you deeper into the work. This isn't just a fun theory, it's a proven, practical tactic that works in the real world. Just last month, I was stalling hard on editing a 40-minute keynote speech. The sheer thought of opening the editing software and seeing that massive timeline felt physically overwhelming. So I set a 2-minute timer on my phone. My only instruction to myself was just open the editing software and trim one bad from the first clip. That's it. By minute 3, the timer had been long forgotten. I was deep in a state of flow, completely absorbed in the task. I finished the entire first cut that afternoon, and that rush of accomplishment, that glorious dopamine hit of a job well done, locked the new habit firmly in place. This same trick works wonders for all of life's dreaded tasks, getting that workout in, starting your taxes, or even tackling those awkward, long overdue emails. It's all about creating that initial spark, that tiny, manageable flicker that ignites the larger fire of productivity. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below with the one task you'll give just 2 minutes to after watching this video. I genuinely reply to every single one within 24 hours, so consider it your public accountability partner. Let's get this done. Want to supercharge this hack and make it nearly foolproof? You have to stack the deck in your favor by engineering your environment. Pair the 2-minute rule with a powerful, visible cue. If you want to practice guitar more often, don't put it back in its case where it's a hassle to retrieve. Leave it on a stand in the middle of your living room, ready to be played. If you need to work on a document, open it up on your computer before you leave for lunch, so it's the first thing staring you in the face when you return. You are intentionally creating an open loop for your brain to close. At the same time, you must lower the friction for the right choices and increase it for the wrong ones. Silence your phone, or better yet, put it on grayscale mode. Without the flashy pings or vibrant app icons, the dopamine-seeking parts of your brain lose interest. This isn't rocket science, it's just smart behavioral psychology. You're creating an environment where starting is demonstrably easier than not starting. Every tiny obstacle you remove is one less excuse your brain can conjure up to keep you stuck. To truly make this transformation stick for the long haul, end each work sprint with a quick note to your future self. A simple breadcrumb for the next session. Something like, next step, review section B and find a good supporting quote, Thursday 9 a.m. This simple act drastically reduces tomorrow's activation energy and prevents that dreaded procrastination loop from rebooting itself from scratch. You're leaving a clear, easy-to-follow path for your future self. After just a couple of weeks of implementing these strategies, something incredible begins to happen. The habit evolves into an identity. You stop thinking, oh, I wish I could stop procrastinating, and you start thinking, I'm the kind of person who starts fast. I'm someone who gets things done. The focus shifts from what you do to who you are. You're not just performing a task, you're literally reshaping your self-perception, 1 2-minute increment at a time, proving to yourself again and again that you are a person of action. You are not lazy. You are not broken. Your brain is simply and effectively trying to protect you from imagined pain, from the discomfort of sustained effort or the paralyzing fear of imperfection. But now you have the secret weapon. You have the cheat code. Offer your brain a 2-minute loophole, a task so small it can't say no. Then watch as that gate swings wide open and ride the incredible, powerful wave of momentum that follows. It is a truly empowering feeling. Hit that subscribe button if you want more brain hacks that sound like cheating, but actually genuinely work. And be sure to check out the video on my channel about building an anti-worry routine next.